Hello, my name is Gianna and welcome to my channel. In case you don't know me, I really like to make dresses, and my 20th birthday is on May 28th. That's like 9 days, and also I'm turning 20, which is like insane to me. But anyways, I would really like to make a 20th birthday dress for me, so come join me while I do that. So the overall theme is going to be tying up my teens, and it's going to be this like blue coquette Cinderella themed party, and also the same with the dress. So here is a little mood board I made for the dress, and also here is my little sketch I made for the dress. I just got home from studying at college, and it is currently May 19th. So we gotta hop on this now. Today I want to whip out the bodice. So this is our beautiful baby blue fabric, and I'm going to make the bodice solely out of this, using the same bodice I used for my prom dress back in like 2023. So we're gonna have to change that pattern up a little bit because that pattern is for a sweetheart neckline, and we want to create a little gathered effect. So come with me while I do that. So I just went to go get that pattern we just talked about for the bodice, and turns out my sister's taken up sewing. So good for her, really proud of her. Bad news is she moved all my patterns. So now I literally have to make a pattern from scratch. That's not good. That's not good. That's gonna be very time consuming. And we ain't got time. The reason I'm so upset about this is I have like so many plans today. Today is my first day being home, and I literally just wanted to like sew the top of my dress and be done with it. But obviously this is gonna be like a 4-hour fiasco now. So since we can't find the pattern, I did find a dress that I made using the pattern. So this is the bodice that we want. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get some paper, and I'm gonna trace out the shapes I see on here. So you'll see those seams. Those are each different little rectangle shapes. So I'm gonna trace the paper over this and give myself a like half-inch seam allowance. And hopefully this will work for our top. It's better than making a pattern from scratch. Obviously with all your patterns you need to add a seam allowance, so I just did that, and I'll be so honest, I just completely eyeballed it. I know I sew at the edge of the presser foot, so I'm just assuming that that is the edge of the presser foot. So on to making 3 more of these patterns. Okay, I've just finished cutting out our pattern, and it's ready to be cut out on our blue fabric. Yay! And that only took me 30 minutes, which was amazing because I thought it was going to take so much longer to make one from scratch. But we're not going to do a mock-up. Normally when you make a makeshift pattern like this, you do a mock-up. We're not going to do that because I am lazy. And if you ever use this as a tutorial, which please don't use this video as a tutorial to make a dress, but make a mock-up, okay? Thank you. Perfect. Can we just look at this fabric for a second? Like, it's so beautiful. Oh, it's gonna look so good. But anyways, let's go ahead and lay this flat and then cut out our pattern. Okay, I finished cutting out our pieces, and now we need to pin them and sew them together. I just want to show you these pieces are going to be sewn together separately, because if you remember back to our design, what we really want in the front is not a sweetheart neckline that this pattern has, but a gathered flat neckline. So in order to incorporate that, we are going to sew these pattern pieces separately, and we are going to cut out another randomized large strand of this blue fabric, and then we're going to attach it to the bodice and then sew it all together. Okay, so bear with me, you'll see what that looks like in just 1 second. Author's note, please ignore how messy my desk is. Thank you. Okay, so I finished sewing all those pieces together, and look, it's starting to look like a real top, right? Also, look. it is so insanely stretchy that even if I did get my measurements off with that pattern piece, it is still gonna fit no matter what. So score. Next, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure the length of this piece on the top, and I'm going to double that and cut out a strand that large out of the blue fabric, and then we are going to gather it and sew it, and then put it on top of this and sew it to this, and then our top should be done. Oh, so fun. Besides the lace, but we'll do the lace at the very, very end. That's like a Wednesday problem. Hey, sorry I left you, but I just came back. Words cannot describe what I like just did, and I really wanted to like show you guys what I did, but I literally cannot describe what I did. So to recap, I cut out like that 30-inch by 5-inch piece, gathered it, and then I just put it on top of this, and now it looks right, and now I'm gonna sew it. So I'm sorry I can't give you a better explanation than that, but that's literally what happened. I guess I'll show you after I finish sewing it, but Okay, so after using thoughts and prayers, I have been able to make this, our little ruffly top, which, yeah, it looks really rough, but also keep in mind it's gonna be covered in lace, so it should be fine. Yeah, see how this sits on me? You see how it's loose? We don't want it loose, and we only want it to cover the bust. Right now it's very uneven. If you look at that, we also don't want that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure it, and I'm gonna pin the ruffly bits here, so create that gathered effect, and then I'm gonna sew it. Okay, so if you look closely, I've pinned it in the middle, and I've eyeballed it to the point where I think it's straight. I tried it on a little bit, and it looks straight, so now we're gonna sew it. In case you can't tell, I'm getting so sleepy. It's currently like 6 o'clock, and I've been working on this all day. All day! It works, and it fits, and me eyeballing it worked! That is perfect. Okay. So now, if you remember back, we have 2 extra pieces that are just loose. We need to now sew them to this, and then add a zipper, and then the top is done, besides the lace. We'll do the lace last though. So since we're going to be adding a skirt to the bottom of this side, all we need to do is roll the hem up here to make it look nice. Okay, so I finished the hem. Ooh, very pretty. And now all I need to do is add the zipper, and then you can talk to them. You can talk to them now. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go add the zipper. Hello.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary.
Okay, so I finished sewing on the zipper, and now our top is done! Okay, this is what it looks like fully zipped. And the only problem is this side, like, if I untuck it, like, the armpit is weird, so I'm gonna have to tuck that in and hem it. And then for this side, like, this side is like so puffy out, whereas this side isn't, so I'm gonna have to go back in and seam rip and like put this in. So I'm probably not gonna show me doing that on film, especially since I'm gonna call it a wrap for the day, since my sister really, really, really wants Dairy Queen and has been bugging me for like an hour straight. So we're gonna go do that. But yeah, day 1, bodice is finished, pretty much.
Day 2.
This is day 1. You want to do a transition, you'd be like, day 2. Okay, anyways, the bodice is pretty much done. Day 1 complete. Bye.
Day 1 complete. No, let me do that. Okay, ready?
Hello, my Pookie Bears. Okay, so it's actually been 2 days. Today's the 21st. Yesterday I was gonna sew, but then there was a a tornado, and then I got a haircut. Ooh. But today I wanna finish everything, right? Because yesterday I was supposed to do a skirt and today I was supposed to do lace. So we're just gonna do it all at once. And what I'm gonna do is with the fiasco that happened yesterday, we are not gonna create a pattern from scratch. Instead, I bought this off of Etsy. I'll link it in the description, and we're gonna use this as our ruffle skirt pattern. Luckily, it looks like it's not gonna take too long. I literally just have to cut it out and like sew it 3 times, it looks like, which is perfect. So I'm gonna go cut that out on fabric, and I'll BRB. Love. I have like such a big problem that like really isn't a problem, but okay, so I cut out like all the pieces are cut out. Look at how much fabric we have left. How did I overspend like that much? Like, I know I guessed how many yards, but I can make like 5 dresses out of that. Anyways, okay, so since I'm using a Etsy pattern, thank God, we're just gonna follow the instructions. So first it calls for us to sew these 2 pieces together that look like a skirt. So that's gonna be our base skirt, and then we will sew on top of that these long pieces, which are gonna be our gathered ruffles. And yeah, pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Let's do that. Also, like in the future, I want to work for like musical companies and like sew and stuff like that. So I want to note, like, I am doing this for fun. Okay, so yes, I didn't add lining to my pattern. Yes, I'm not serging it. Yes, I'm like doing basically all the things you shouldn't do. But also, this isn't professional work. This is for me, for fun. Okay, so if anybody sees this in the future and is like, oh my gosh, we can't hire Gianna, she doesn't do this and this and this. I'm 19 years old, and this is for fun, so perfect. Also, do not use this video as a tutorial. Just don't. This is more like a vlog I'm doing rather than an actual step-by-step tutorial. Like, oh, I'm doing this and this. Especially because I'm not professionally making this. Again, this is for fun. So, disclaimer. So, just to recap, what I'm sewing here is the base skirt right here together, and then I'm going to sew the ruffles together because right now they're in 2, 3, 4 pieces and need to be sewn together into a straight line. So I finished sewing all the pieces together, and this is what our ruffle looks like before it's gathered. But before we're going to do a gathering stitch on this and sew it to the skirt, we're going to add our lace. So we're going to add a lace to the bottom and then gather it and then sew it on. So let's go do that. I'm also super excited to put on the lace. I've been waiting so long to do this, and now I'm just so excited. So how we want to do this is, you see the bottom piece right here? We want to roll that so it's folded over. It looks like this. So we're gonna hem it, and then we're gonna put the lace underneath so it looks like that. So that way we can go ahead and hide this raw edge that the lace has up there, and so it'll look clean and pretty. So that's also the method that I'm going to be doing this by, if that makes sense. I don't think it does, but you're gonna see me do it anyways. Okay, so I finished the lace on only one of the ruffles, and I've kind of decided, like, I've been working since 12, it's now 5 o'clock. I think I just may call it quits for the day. Like, it's a beautiful summer day out. I may just go hang out with people. I was really stoked and excited to kind of get this done. I think maybe tonight at like 1 in the morning, when I'm up at a crazy time, I can finish sewing the other lacy bits. But I think sewing the ruffles onto the skirt and adding the lace to the top will be a tomorrow deal, because I want to hang out with people, so I'm gonna be social. Anyways, thanks for watching today. Day 3 tomorrow. Bye. Hey, so it's currently May 23rd, So another day has passed, but I have finished sewing on all the lace to our skirt pieces, and I do have some updates regarding that skirt, and they're not good updates. So here is a photo of the original skirt pattern. Now, as you can see, it has like 3 like long panels, like flowy panels for the skirt. This is what the pattern called me to cut out. This is obviously not one of those long panels, so I think either I misinterpreted the instructions or the instructions were printed wrong or something like that. So we have to tweak our skirt design, and so what I decided yesterday is we are going to use only one of the panels, because look at this panel. So this is how big the top panel is supposed to be, and I'm thinking I'm just gonna use one panel. So I attached the lace to this, and then I attached the lace to the bottom of the underskirt so they will overlayer each other like this. So I think that looks nice, and I think the dress will look fine with only 2 of those big panels. I don't want to cut out more fabric or figure out what I did wrong in the pattern, so we're just gonna do that instead. So that was my way of masterminding yesterday. And now all we have to do is sew the lace to the top and sew the skirt together, and we're done. And then we're done. I'm super excited because we are definitely gonna get this done today, which is super duper exciting. And I'm gonna go ahead and sew the skirt together first. So I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna gather that up and sew it to the bodice, and then then we'll do the lace. Alright, so the first thing I'm gonna do for our cute little skirt over there is we have to actually cut out like a little like zipper hole, because this is tied together with a zipper, and I'm a little bit worried about that because I'm scared I'm gonna mess it up, but I'm just gonna line up the fabric and cut down like 2-3 inches and pray for the best. So let's do that. So now, I don't know if you can see, but here's our zipper, and we are lining it up to our little flap here. We're gonna fold that over, and I just lied to you a second ago. I told you we were gonna gather the skirt, but we're actually gonna pleat it. So that's different, because if you look here, we're gonna fold it over like that. Do you see that? We're gonna fold it over like that, whereas gathering is when you do a basting stitch and you pull it together like a scrunchie, and it creates this gathered effect. So I decided I'm gonna pleat it because I think I just like low-key suck at gathering. Like if you look at the top, this isn't my greatest. I'm not the most proud of this gathering up here. So we're gonna give up and we're gonna pleat it. So here's the process of me doing that. Okay, now that the bottom of the skirt and bodice are sewn together, we are going to sew and pleat the top ruffle over the top of the bodice. Okay, so I finished sewing the skirt, and I just went to try it on, and oh my goodness, look at how cute that is. That's precious. It's not as gathered as I wanted it to be, but like overall, like this is so cute. This is adorbs. Okay, so now all we have to do is add on our lace, like so, and add the straps, and then we're done. We're done with the dress. This is so exciting. It looks so good. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, so the way that I'm going to put this lace on is I'm just going to fold it over the top like this, pin it, and then sew it. So really simple, really easy. So let's go do that. Okay, so this is what she looks like all pinned. Now let's go sew it. Okay, so I finished sewing the lace, and it looks really good. But the problem is, I feel like the straps are gonna ruin the dress. So I think I may just leave it like this. which I think it looks really pretty like that anyways. In the original drawing, if you remember back to it, we were gonna we were gonna add some ribbon to it, but the ribbon came in like a really ugly blue that doesn't match this, so we're not gonna add ribbon to our lace. So we're done. Okay, so this is the finished dress. I think it looks so cute and so coquette and so Cinderella. I think it's absolutely perfect. I love it so much. Look at it. It's so cute. It's so cute. But yeah, this is pretty much it. It's done. All I need to do is hem it where it needs to be hemmed and cut off some bits. But besides that, we did it. This is my birthday dress. The dress is finally finished, and here's the glamour shots. If you're still here, I just want to say thank you for watching this video. I know it was super duper long, but I really appreciate that support. Also, I want to say on our last video about my newspaper dress, I got 4,100 views, which is super amazing. Thank you so much for that support as well. And also, we've hit 121 subscribers. That's like super crazy and super duper exciting. Today is currently June 14th, which is when I will be uploading this video onto my Patreon, so if you want to see these videos as soon as they come out, go ahead and subscribe and support me there. And if you absolutely hate these long videos but still want to see my designs and dress, go ahead and follow me on my Instagram. I don't post any videos on there, just the glamour shots. Again, thank you so much for the support and watching the video and all the subscribers and all the views and absolutely everything. This is crazy to me. Thank you so much. Alright, bye!